Yeah, that's true. Quite a few of the players, it will be their first tour to England. But still, if you see our test squad, most of the players, they have got exposure of playing in South Africa, followed by New Zealand. So I think with a few games behind them, they know what the challenges will be. And the good thing is we're going a bit early, which means we can, take our time, get into the grooves, have a few practice game, and then get into the series, which is a long series. I don't think it's very usual for us to play a 5-test match series. So I think overall it should be good. The reason being we have enough time to prepare, and at the same time the players, they know the challenges that they will be facing. So overall it's looking good.
Sorry. What sort of expectations you have from yourself as a captain and the reputation that you are stacked against? How do you assess yourself in that situation?
Well, I think for us, what's important is not to forget that in the last couple of series, yes, 2011 when we went to England and Australia, those very disappointing series for us. But at the same time, if I look at the last 2 series that we played outside, I think we were in situation where we could have won the games, and it happened both in South Africa as well as New Zealand. But we were not really able to close the game. But still, there was good effort by the bowlers, and we tried our best to close those games, but it didn't really happen because of some fantastic batting by the opposition. So that gives us the confidence that we can definitely win games. Yes, 2011, those 2 series, if you talk about, there are plenty of things going around. If I can still recall the 2011 England tour, we had like close to 8 or 9 injuries, and it started from the very first game. We were playing with 3 fast bowler, 1 spinner. We missed 1 fast bowler at that point of time, and that really puts a lot of pressure on the other bowlers. And not to forget, we don't really have part-timers who can bowl a lot outside the subcontinent, especially if the opposition, they make sure that the wicket doesn't turn, and because of which we gave away too many runs. So there's still a lot of positives that we can take out. At the same time, we know the areas where we need to work hard. And, as I said, the time before the first game will give us an opportunity to assess the situation, at the same time get into the groove. So, that's what we'll be concentrating upon. We know the mistakes that we have committed. But at the same time, cricket, it's a game of, mistakes and catching on with how you start in a series or in a particular game. So I think if we get onto a good situation, it will be very important for us to seize that situation and put pressure on the opposition. So it will be a lot about, how we are playing on the field, carrying the intensity forward, and at the same time having that instinct to finish the game off.
You're one of the few surviving members of that 4-0 hammering last time. Does that loss still rankle you? And any lessons that you've learned from that defeat that you're going to implement this time?
You can call it 7-0, because after that we went to Australia, and that was also a tough series for us. But as I said, it's a constant process. I think those were very difficult period for us. We were not really winning games, and we were quite behind the game. We were not really able to compete. So the focus will be initially to get into the groove and have fierce competition. And during that period, the games when it's 50-50, in favor of the opposition or us, that's the time when we want to capitalize on it. So overall, that's what it's all about, and we'll focus on that.
MSL, lot about 2011. What does this 0-4 loss in England tell you, especially again home seam attack, and also there has to be some reason behind 18-member Indian team to England. What is it?
Well, when you go through tough time, what I personally believe in is, you forget the stats, but at the same time, what it does, it pushes you to see the areas where we have to work to be a consistent team. So there are quite a few things that came out of those twin toes, and it helped us in a way when we came back to India, and when we went to South Africa and New Zealand. And the second one was, what did you ask? 18. I think as I said, I think I am not very good with stats, but I think it was close to 1959 when we played a 5-test match series. So it's a challenge for all the youngsters, coming into the squad. And what 18-member squad does is, if there's some kind of an injury, the players will be replacing the injured players. They'll already be used to the condition out there, especially if you see the duration of the tour. So in a way, it's really good. It will help us, if needed. And at the same time, we can get some good quality practice. And at the same time, the bench strength, they will know what the conditions are there, where to bowl, what length to bowl. And at the same time, the batsman can play against the fast bowlers a bit more, because once the series starts, your main bowlers who have bowled a lot during the test matches, they tend to take some time off, and that's the time when these other lot of bowlers, they'll bowl more at the batsman, because I feel it's very important to have good practice sessions, because that only reflects in the game. So I think it's a good decision. It looks like a big squad, but at the same time, I think it's something that's obviously needed, because not to forget the last time, we lost quite a few players, and the players had to be flown in, and without really getting used to the condition, we had to make them play. So it will be a good environment for them, getting used to the condition if needed, and later on, and it also gives us an opportunity to assess the situation and the condition as to who's the best suited bowler or batsman, and we can go ahead with them.